Fight fans are about Curl Purse MMA. We got a friend of the show. We got a returning guest. He is Mr. Duda. He is Mr. Eduardo Penha, getting ready, fighting February 20th, Fury FC, making that return against Eric Shelton. Duda, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you again.
What's up, Carlo? Nice seeing you again. Thanks for having me again. I really appreciate it. I always love being on here.
Absolutely, man. Love having you on here. So last time we talked, you're getting ready to take on Dusty Schaefer. Big, tough enough win. Now, going over to Texas, fighting for Fury. Promotion's taking up, become one of the biggest on the regional scene now. Take on Eric Shelton, the guy with experience. When you first got pitched for this one, were you excited?
Yeah, big time excited. Big veteran, fought in all over the country in the UFC several times at the Tough. He had good results in the Tough House. Big name, tough guy. Like at the end of the day, like when you get these real competitive matchups, these bigger names, you get that little hold in your stomach, and that's exciting. That's exciting. The that healthy fear is exciting, and it pumps me up, and it excites me.
Absolutely, man. With you, we've talked about before, kind of a frustrating thing with you, man. It's hard for you to find fights, man. If you have one, sometimes stuff pulls out. People don't want to fight you, all this stuff, man. How's the mental side of things been, man, coping with that?
We control what we can control, and we let go of what we can't. So at the end of the day, these people aren't doing themselves a favor by not taking fights against me, because that's just giving me more time in the gym and giving me more time to prepare. I'm only 7-0, but as of right now, my skill sets already show that I'm more than 7-0, and I think even the matchmakers and other promoters and other people see that I'm more than 7-0. I'm fighting a guy with 30 professional fights. Look at the difference between 7 fights and 30, and they're putting me on the same caliber as these guys. So I think my work speaks for itself. And that's because you're letting me train, and you're not catching me when I'm young. You're letting me get better. So it's frustrating, because at the end of the day, we got to fight to move on. But you're doing yourself. You get these you guys. I'm speaking to the 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 rest of the guys in the regional circuit. You're doing it yourselves a disservice by allowing me to be in the gym more.
Last time out against Dusty, what an amazing finish, man. I think you coined it the Duda Plata, I think is what we're going for, man.
Cut
Talk
that.
about that finish, man. That's a move. I
Cut
believe
that.
you've landed that before, haven't you?
Yeah. No, for sure. It was no surprise to us. I said it in an interview right before. We knew who was in attendance that day. Sean was in attendance, and we had some of the UFC guys there. So we knew we have that in our back pocket. We know we have highlight finishes in our back pocket, and we pulled that one out. Trying to get the right eyes, and just the good press, but it wasn't loud enough, so we got to pull another one out.
I think one thing's really cool about you is who you train with. Obviously, your dad, Sergio Pena, great BJJ practitioner. You have your own gym. What's that dynamic like, man? What's it like every single day training with your dad, having your dad corner you, teaching classes with your dad, growing the sport with your dad?
It has its challenges, right? But like any father son, they probably have disagreements. So, but other than that, man, like when we're going to fight, I got my dad and Steve Campbell, who's like my big brother. He's known me since I was 10. So I got my brother and my dad in my corner, and like that's the two people that know me the best. Will Are doing everything possible to see me win, and the most selfless guys to get me to the top. And wh- who else who else to go into battle with than your own family? Who else do you trust more than your own family like that? So it's awesome. It's it's very easy on the mind, knowing I can literally trust them blindly.
Another guy that you guys have trained with a good bit, Robert Whitaker, former UFC champion, I believe was with you guys just a couple days ago. What was that like?
Oh man, Robert's the man. His skill sets and everything speaks for themselves. The UFC champion, fought Yoel Romero, the boogeyman, twice, and beat him with broken hands, busted knees. He's fought everybody, never ran from anybody. So just having that guy around is like a little motivating. Just having like somebody of that high level is motivating. But um, aside of that, fucking A+ dude, fucking cool dude and nice guy, like down to earth and just like training with your friends, like it doesn't get better than that.
Absolutely. When you look at the United States as a whole, you see different hotbeds. Obviously, Las Vegas, fight capital of the world. And it's kind of cool, like just see from your circle. Obviously, you've done a lot of stuff with Enjo Kawani boys, Chidi and Anthony. You do stuff with other guys as well. But what's it like being in that area and having all those connections, right there, all in Las Vegas?
It's cool. Honestly, there's a ton of gyms here in town, but we stay pretty secluded down there at my dad's gym and with the Jaquanis and Rob. Like we don't rub elbows too often, with a lot of people. We stay very secluded and we're a small, strong but close family, and we don't want to just allow anybody in, I think. And I think that's what's really cool is um we do have the opportunity to be with a lot of people, but we at the end of the day we stay pretty close, we stay pretty small.
In this stage of the game, man, what's the goal right now? What's the ultimate goal here?
I think the ultimate goal never gonna change. It's win the next fight, and if we keep it that simple and keep ourselves like grounded like that, the results will always be positive because you're never looking past it. To me, my life does not exist past February 20th. I'm February 20th. Eric Shelton has all my attention, and I'm ready to die February 20th. So my life, I cannot see anything past February 20th. And that's the next goal is beat Eric Shelton February 20th, make it look good, make it look pretty. Um, and that's it. Is February 20th is the only thing on my mind, right? That my life does not exist past February 20th. And that's all I can say is I'm gonna put on a show. I've been working my ass off and we'll see February 20th.
One thing that I noticed from you right away is you're always calm, man. You're very composed when you're talking, when you're going out there, when you're fighting. Is that always come naturally? Is the mental toughness, the positivity, does that always come for you?
No, I think it's all stuff we have to train and stuff that we have to like create good habits about. My coach Steve Campbell always says like Fedor mind. Shouting out the old school OG Fedor Emelianenko. And I used to back in the day, even he says it now, which is funny because back in the day when I was competing as a kid, nerves are supernatural. I'd get super nervous and I wouldn't know how to deal with it. And this fucking guy would just show up, l- walk out with the same face, win everybody, and leave with the same face, and nothing would change. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And I would listen to a lot of his interviews, and he says once, like once we're about to fight, like the work's been done. What's there to be nervous about? What's there to trip about? And just stay calm. At the end of the day, I even tell my students, I teach a couple classes at my dad's gym, the kids, and we can't control what's outside, whether how chaotic it is, what goes on in the fight. Sometimes it's bloody, it's crazy, and but one thing we can control is our mind. And if our mind is calm, we can always make at least try to make the right decision. That's going to come most likely if we're calm. If we're freaking out, we're going to get sporadic results. So I always try to stay calm, even kill, and try to treat it like an assassin, like we're going in, we're going to kill, and we're going to leave, and we're going to try to leave unscathed, and that's it.
Obviously for you, a goal, obviously you probably want to fight in the UFC. One thing that's a little different about the UFC this year, Paramount Plus, no more having to go to B-dubs, no more pay-per-view to watch the fights. A lot more people are watching it now, a lot more eyeballs. Does that even excite you, knowing you're not there quite yet? Does that excite you knowing that this sport is getting a lot of publicity right now?
Yeah, I think it's cool, seeing the sport grow every year, every month. It just seems like it takes off more and more. Like we're like the sport and all martial arts are in such like a trajectory, like literally like this. I think it's super cool because when I was a kid, growing up in high school, middle school, it wasn't cool. So now it's like the ultimate trend, which is kind of a trip, But I love it. I love it. It brings good eyes, it brings good people, and what's not to like about a bigger stage?
Absolutely. It's kind of crazy. You missed a really good point, though, how this sport has really grown and evolved. And for a lot of people I know started watching this 5, 10 years ago. They forget, the time of the Ultimate Fighter, it was the first season of Ultimate Fighter, like 20 years ago, and you had Chuck and Randy coaching it. The sport at that time, that was the company's last ditch effort to even keep the thing afloat. At that time, it wasn't cool. Like the paydays weren't crazy. It wasn't legal in every single state. And it's like, that's only 20 years ago. When you were in high school and middle school, stuff like that, you're telling people, yeah, when I grow up, I want to be a fighter. I want to be a cage fighter. Was anyone kind of like, dude, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, I think when I was in middle school and high school, people didn't even know what jujitsu was. You know, like I saved the breath saying it, so I didn't get the gay jokes. So they thought I was doing it's too funny. There's a kid in the kids class like it's big, but even in the kids class, there's one of the kids in the kids class. He was he I guess he was leaving school and they're like, "Oh, where you going?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do my ground karate." And I was like, so it's still funny how it's still growing, and how it's still like it's got so much ways to go. But yeah, no, back in the day, people didn't know like wrestling in high school wasn't as big as it is now. So jujitsu was even smaller here in the US at least, and let alone MMA, what that was like perceived as like if you were a kid talking about MMA, like that's crazy. Like they were wondering who your parents were probably. And now it's like they got kids MMA fights. Like look how far we've came.
Absolutely. A lot more fans now. We have something called the casual fan. I think all fans are good fans, but sometimes you're at the fight. You might hear twist them, and you know what? You might read these crazy takes, hear these crazy takes. For you, how do you observe some of the craziness that we now hear from some of these fans in the sport?
What do you mean observe? What was
How do
what
you,
do you mean?
maybe observe is a bad word. What do you think of it? Does it make you laugh? Does it piss you off a little bit? Is it just part of the sport? What do you think?
I love the fans. I love the casuals. I love the crazies. I love the ones that don't make sense. I love the ones that are like the fighting nerd, like the MMA nerds that like know like, oh, if he's this guy fought this and he knows the guy's whole record. If you're a fan, I love you, and I think we need as many as we can have. I like the guy, the crazy guy, and the I just want the arena to be as loud as it can possibly get. So the only fan that maybe I don't like is the one that's quiet. The one that just sits there and probably enjoys the show, maybe like at a movie theater. Like, nah, I want you to scream. I want it to draw emotions. I want it to, if you're having a beer with your friends, like it's your night. You buy your ticket, you enjoy it how you want to enjoy it. And I want it to be crazy as it can get. If we can get as to be like a soccer game, how you see the chants and all that, that would be the ultimate. That would be a dream, to hear my name being chanted like that and having beer thrown when I win and I like it. I like the craziness or booed beer thrown at me when I win and leave, like I want the extremes.
Some of the craziest crowds that we see in MMA, obviously over in Brazil. UFC goes there a few times a year. If your background, has that been on the bucket list? Maybe fighting over there at some point?
Man, I want to fight everywhere. Yeah. I want to fight wherever's the loudest, that to me is the most fun, drawing an emotion out of people, drawing a feeling out of somebody, whether it's screaming, booing, yelling, whatever. Like I do, yeah. Definitely fighting in Rio would be a dream. Fighting here in Vegas at a big stadium would be a dream, these are like these are places that like you when you like close your eyes and like you envision and you like dream, like these are some of the places where I dream my walkouts happening.
Absolutely. Well, February 20th, you're going to make your return, this time in Houston. Fury, you're going to take on Eric Shelton. Eric Shelton, the guy here, was on the Ultimate Fighter, had some fights in the UFC, fought Alexandre Pantoja and some other top guys in that division. What do you think of him as an opponent?
Man, as you just said it all. Tough guy, has seen it all, so I know he's gonna be prepared. He's experienced. Um I'm hoping he's gonna see something, he's gonna feel something that he's never experienced before with me, which is can't say. But no, all jokes aside, he's he's the man. Right now he's got all my attention and and I'm treating him like Fedor, like he's the baddest man on the planet, and that's who I'm preparing to face is the baddest man on the planet. And well, two go in, one goes out happy. That's it.
Absolutely, man. You know, it's a big win over here. You'd be 8-0. You're taking off the guys, the UFC experience, all that. You feel like the Contender Series. Does it have to happen?
No, doesn't have to happen. They can call me before. They can call me before the season. I don't have any trips booked. It doesn't have to happen. It can. I'm open to it too, but it doesn't have to happen. Um, yeah, call me before. We can do it before.
Absolutely. This is going to be now your second UFC veteran, I believe, under your belt
Yep.
here. Does that excite you, knowing that, you know, when you're able to beat these guys, it's like, all right, I bet two guys who've been there, done that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's exciting to be somebody credible, you know? A lot of these fighters are stacking their records and politicking their records, and it's exciting to be proud of my resume. You know, that's something that makes me happy. It makes me proud of my work is my resume, and if my resume has the best names on there, that's what I want. I want the best names on my resume because that only speaks more highly of me that I haven't been ducking or running or choosing from the jump. You know, I've been fighting everybody a weight class up, halfway between my weight class up, catch weights, my weight class. I've been seeking fights, and yeah, it only excites me more because if these guys were there, it's only a way to test my skills, and if they were there for a reason, you know. And like you said, this guy was there and had good wars. He fought the previous champion, and that's exciting to me. That just gives me that my name more credibility. I feel like, you know, and that's our record. Our record is our resume, and I want my resume to be spotless. I want it to look like I came from Harvard, you know.
And I got really excited when I saw this fight. Obviously, you know, when you go out there, there's no such thing as a boring Eduardo Pena fight. You know, I think there's a big misconception. A lot of people think, oh, grappling's boring, all that. They don't understand. When you're going out there, man, you're always looking for the finish. You're doing whatever you can to get your opponent out there as quick as possible. Eric Shelton's last 4 or 5 fights, he's doing the same thing. He's going out there, he's looking for finishes, knocking people out, he's submitting them. Going into this one in your head, have you kind of come to the realization this is probably not going to go the distance?
Um, I mean, that's always my goal is to never let it go the distance, you know, and I hope that's his goal too. It sounds like we agree on one thing that it's not going to go the distance. I think our only disagreement is who's getting their hand raised, and that's a hell of a disagreement for you guys to watch. So, yeah, that's exciting. That's the point of being here, you know, like who who wants to point their way to a decision? Nah, we're here to get it done. We're here to go forward, to be exciting, to I want people in off their seats when they watch me. I want spectacular finishes. I want finishes in every way possible. So I hope he comes with the same mindset, and I hope we run into each other, and one of us is going to be left standing. That's the only way I see it. Two cars, full speed, head to head, and I hope no judges get involved. I hope no bad refereeing gets involved, and it's clear, it's decisive, and we go out like warriors. That's what I hope. You know, a full speed car crash.
You know, we talked about the growth of it, mixed martial arts, but you know, obviously, jiu-jitsu has grown as well. You have obviously UFC, BJJ now. You feel like at one point, do you think we're going to see jiu-jitsu in the Olympics? You think it's going to be an Olympic sport one day?
Man, I hope that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I think that would like solidify it. That would like give it like the ultimate like pedestal is the Olympics. So to see a sport go from like man the to say that my dad and people around my dad's uh a time were around like kind of like the creators of it, and in in within their lifetime it being the Olympics, that's insane. You know, some of the sports that are in the Olympics have been around before the Roman days, you know? So that would be awesome. That would be like the ultimate the ultimate like certification, I guess. I don't know the right word, but like there's not a higher platform than the Olympics, you know. The Olympics is the most honorable thing to compete in and to have as your sport, you know. So that would be awesome if we could get more martial arts in the Olympics, you know, whether that be Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu, you know, get to where wrestling and karate is, how they've been in the Olympics, and just keep adding the martial arts to a higher and higher level, not just Jiu-Jitsu, but all of them.
Absolutely. All right. Before we wrap up here, I want to go through some predictions of some big fights coming up here in the UFC. So the day after you get done fighting, there's a big UFC card in Houston. Sean Strickland, Fluffy Hernandez. Who wins the main event?
Man, I don't know. That one's gonna be crazy. You know, two guys that don't get tired and only know how to go forward. Like talk about a car crash. We're gonna see a car crash February 21st. Two crazy accidents 2 nights in a row in the same city in the same state. Um, but man, I think man, I I'm gonna go Strickland by decision. It's 5 rounds, yeah? Since the main
Yeah.
event, right? I'm gonna go Strickland over 3.5 rounds. Well, I don't know how if he gets it done or goes to decision, but I just think it's gonna be an experience thing, you know. I think Fluffy's is the man. He's got so much skills, but I think he's not gonna lose because he's the lesser fighter. I think he's gonna lose because he has less experience. Because Strickland does have a shit ton of experience, especially in 5 round fights and whatnot. And he might point him to a decision or who knows, but I think it's going to be an experience thing. That's what I think.
Do you have any plans to go to the fight?
I'm not planning to live past February 20th. I'm gonna Eric Shelton has my full attention, and I'm prepared to die in that cage. And God willing, I make it alive and I get my hand raised. I'll I'll be there February 20th to support my boy Chidi and Jukwani get his hand raised by vicious KO.
There
Two
you go.
predictions, three predictions, hopefully. That was three. Me, Chidi, Sean.
Absolutely. You know, another big one coming up March 7th. You got Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. Fight we've wanted to see for a long time. Rematch. Who wins it?
Ah, man, dude, I'm such a Charles fan, but like my heart says Charles because I am a fan of Charles, man. His fighting, his jiu-jitsu, but I'm gonna say Max Holloway. But I'm a huge fan of Charles. Like I think I'm gonna be rooting for Charles, but I think Holloway gets it done.
Absolutely. You know, a 145er fought last night, a guy that I think you've been doing a little training or been hanging around with a little bit, Diego Lopez. What did you make of it last night, man? Crazy fight. Volkanovski got the job done again. What did you think?
Yeah, man, it always sucks to see your friends lose. You know, it's a fight game. You know, he he prepared and Volkanovski prepared, and it wasn't his night, and that sucks. But hopefully he gets another shot. Hopefully he's healthy. Um, yeah, it happens. You know, the sometimes it's not your night. You know, and that I don't know what to say too much about it, but you know, you it wasn't his night that night. It was Alex's night, and hopefully he's healthy and he comes back and he's gonna be there again. The guy we keep talking about these insane guys that go forward, and that's the guy that goes the most forward and causes the most car crashes and seems to always walk out of it, you know. And I think he'll be there. Like his style, his style's too exciting to not take him to the top again, you know. So I think this is just a little setback, and I think it's without a question he'll be back because who doesn't tune into a Diego Lopez fight? Who doesn't tune into a Max Holloway, to a Charles Oliveira? Like how many times have those guys been to the top, taken a step down, bent back? You know, like Max and Charles themselves, they've gotten back up, back down, back up, back down. But their style and their dedication always takes them back to the top. I think it's the same thing with Diego. I think we're just seeing another kind of another version of these guys, like somebody that's insanely exciting, and he'll be back. I don't have a doubt in that.
How much fun are you having in this journey right now?
How much fun?
Yeah.
Ah, man, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I would be enjoying it more if I could get more fights. But like I said, they're doing themselves a disservice, so they're only making the times I fight even more so exciting. But man, I'm enjoying it. It's a hell of a process, it's a hell of a journey, and I'm excited to cash out. Like I've been investing, and the reward has to come, and I think it's gonna come. I think I'm gonna get my big cash out, and that's what I'm excited for. Is I've been investing, doing the right thing, and sooner or later the the the, the big reward's gonna come, and I think that's inevitable. But
Absolutely.
yes, I'm having fun. I'm gonna have fun March 20th. Hopefully after March 20th, we can go again and again and again and again, and we can stay active. Fury, if you're listening.
Absolutely. All right, Eduardo, last question. You know the drill. In a perfect world, what is the outcome February 20th when you make your return to the octagon, this time in Fury against Eric Shelton?
Man, perfect world. Um, Fight starts at the very first strike I throw, whether it's a jab, a leg kick, a freaking, I don't know, a right hand, a left, whatever the first strike is, it lands and he's out cold. Even if it's a takedown first, he lands and he's out, or flying armbar, whatever the first thing I throw and it lands, that would be the best outcome. I'm in there. I They give me a microphone. I go to I go home. I go to the UFC. Chidi wins, and then we go home victorious. Me and Chidi on a domestic Spirit flight.
There you go. Well, Eduardo, man, thank you so much for taking time out of your night to talk with me. Very excited to see you get back in action here, and I can't wait to watch the fight, brother.
Thank you, Carlo. Thank you for always having me, bro.
Absolutely. That's it, press stab. Carl Peruzza, he is Mr. Duda. He is Eduardo Pena. You can watch him. Fury, he's going to be taking on Eric Shelton February 20th. Don't want to miss it, by fans. Take care.